I just was getting that off my chest, you know? Ever since I put on the pounds, I've had a lot on my chest.
Figuratively and literally, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's good, Tony?
Hey,
Setting this up, hey, what up, boys?
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Chilling, brother. Chilling. Hey,
No,
roasters.
see, this is my
We've been
favorite
hearing
spot
ages.
right here.
It's a good one, brother. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I just we can chill here. Yeah, that's good. All right. So I don't know like who was involved. I guess on your guys' side or anything, but you know they were doing a bank track. Were you guys there? Or maybe some of your other boys.
I was there.
Yeah, I wasn't
yes.
present, but Steve was.
All good. All good. First up, you know, thanks for meeting up to talk about Shane. I think there was a misunderstanding under you know some circumstances. I don't know if you guys, you know, thought my boys were trying to f around with your bank track or, you know, plan some shit against you. You know what I mean? Or like what your perspective is. I hope to find out like through this conversation. But my boys had like no intention at all of, you know, trying to rob you guys, pull up on the bank track, anything like that. The U-turn that I'm sure you've seen was to go back to Cypress. But I think given the situation, maybe you guys were on edge. It, you know, obviously things happen. I think the only problem is that at least nothing was heard, but like nothing was said. And then my boys started getting shot, you know, right away. And then, you know, and obviously there's going to be a reaction to that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you guys did voice anything, but to them, they said you guys didn't. You just started, you know, kind of popping your shots. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of the side that what happened, you know, of what went down. So
yeah.
Did someone shout sign Steve or no?
So the were you in the 4-door initially, Tony?
I was.
You were. Okay.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
I'm
Okay.
just the bridge. You know what I mean? I'll just
Yeah,
be
fair. No, because I just know someone on the ground mentioned calling you, so that's why I thought you were there. So from our point of view of the whole situation, initially we had a guy at jewelry store robbing jewelry store, and he gave us info on the radio that you are a blacked out SUV with a blue pearlescent was slow rolling the jewelry store. Then we saw that same car obviously drive through the bank truck, turn up onto the highway, which at that point we assumed you were getting high ground.
The same car though.
Fair enough, but in the moment it seemed like it was. We obviously weren't at the jewelry store, so we could only act on what we were told on the radio, right?
Oh, fair enough. I don't blame you.
I saw you I was in the Jester that actually collided with you up on the highway. I didn't say anything to you at that point. I think my boy assumed I did because it kind of seemed like I headed on with you and tried to kick shit off, but I wasn't. That wasn't my plan. I was trying to figure out who you were. He took a tire. At that point, I told him, relax. I was going to let you drive through and just, you know, see if he's got the message to f off. And then obviously someone from your car jumped out, which probably wasn't intentional, but when I see someone hop out in the bank truck, I got out at that point and shot her.
I mean, like I said, I don't blame you for acting the way you did after, you know, the person jumped out, right?
Yeah.
And like Tony explained, the first time we saw it, we're like, okay, that's strange. Why is a bank truck being hit in the middle of the street by popular street here? Okay, so at first, yeah, slow road it, see what's going on, you know. And then at first, we're gonna leave and go on the freeway. And then the boys like, oh, let's go back to Cypress and grab some shit, right? Because we're, you know, we're doing some shit, right?
Yeah.
And then when we came down back there, I was just trying to leave. I get where you guys are coming from because it was a bit sus coming back the second time and shooting my tire. But at that point, like I said, I was trying to leave. I was not trying to hit that shit.
Yeah. And like, I'll be real, like I was the car following you. I was going to let you leave and, you know, give you a chance to f off, especially once the tire got taken. But once I saw people hop out, I just reacted.
Yeah, fair enough. I think from my perspective, y'all doing some shit like that, like you scuff, you can't move the bank truck or stuff going on like in the way. Just say something. We'll understand. I can guarantee you, like, I'm not gonna just, you know, do some dumb shit because you boys are doing some shit.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where I feel like we all are aware of it. Like, you know, driving on the highway, next thing you know, you see a car accident, you can't help but look, right?
Yeah.
And I guess for us, since we're all criminals, you know, see a bank truck, you know what I mean? That's how I'd be doing.
Yeah, I mean, bank trucks are they're rough sometimes,
People
especially when
as well, right?
especially when we had no
situation.
intention of hitting it there, obviously, but we couldn't move the truck, so we were like extra on edge because of it. And we're usually used to 6 besties rocking up with class 2s and contesting our bank trucks, so people are pretty quick to kick shit off. But like I said, like from our side, we just saw the car slow rolling, double back. I tried to pull up to see what was going on. Obviously, my boy then shot your tire, which kind of accelerated it a bit.
Yeah.
I did tell him to relax at that point because I didn't want to like just gun you down. But once I don't know who it was that hopped out, but once she hopped out right at the bank truck, it kind of just ruled all that out at that point.
Yeah,
you know?
at that point you expect him to just pull on you and just
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
blast.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get your perspective completely on that, right? I think from us, just like Tony said, if there was maybe a conversation before that, I think things would have been a lot more smoother.
I agree.
Seems like we got a big old misunderstanding on our hands.
Exactly, bro. That's how it be sometimes.
Goes. Did you guys? One of my boys said that someone asked for the guns back. I said we'll just give them back. Did you guys get your guns back?
Well, there was like a misunderstanding, right? Because one of our people, it was like her legal gun, and I think she freaked out because she was, you know, obviously didn't want to get raided or some shit. You know how that shit works.
Yeah,
and
if there's too many guns at the same time too as well in the same week, the cops just don't believe you too as well, and they just say, okay, you're guilty of that.
We had a debrief, but during that debrief, she was really worried about that, so she didn't make that debrief. I mean, in the future, if a situation happens like this, I told all the boys, like, look, we can't just like call back right away. Like, we gotta have a debrief, kind of talk about it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what she got back other than her gun. That was the reason why I wanted to talk.
Gun, sword, pistol, and armor. I think the one thing that also one of the boys had a freaky bar taken from him. You know, it's something that means a lot to him. You know, so
Had a what?
A what?
a freaky bar. You know, like a vape.
Oh, hey, it's a man of good taste right there.
Was it you that took it?
No, I wasn't even there. I'm clean these days.
Like with that happening and shit, obviously, we don't want, you know, fucking war from this. We didn't want to hit the bank track. You know what I mean? Like there was no intention clear. Now listen, I understand. Even during all that, we're in this situation now. So I would appreciate it if, you know, they could get their belongings back. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, I guess this is where we're at. It is a unfortunate situation, but you're to talk about things before, you know, it went any further, I guess.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
given the circumstance, we ain't got no. We can get them to get the shit back. Like it's
Perfect.
no chip off our shoulder. I was gonna do that anyway, right? When that girl called, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, my man. I guess I'll Sam. I mean, I'll leave you with that because, like.
Yeah, like I said,
you know,
if we had any
involved in the
intention of hitting the
jam,
bank truck, it's fair game at that point. You know, I shoot you, shoot me, take my shit. Like I get that, right? It's fair game at that point.
yeah.
It's one of those things that if we like had a bank truck and like we hit it in Mosley's and you boys are driving back to Grove and your turf and we started blasting towards you, shit like that, like is where we're going back to Cypress. I was trying to like compare it to, that's all.
Yeah,
And I'm glad we can just, you know, chalk it up to misunderstanding and move past it.
Of course. We always down to talk. Like even if shit goes south, I will always entertain the conversation. Like we one call away, you know.
Well, that's good because a lot of people don't. They just say off, you know, come in the streets.
Even for context, even if you were actually trying to contest our bank truck, we wouldn't have rolled out to war because of it.
Yeah, no,
we tend to leave those.
We keep that shit inside.
Yeah, whatever happens at the bank truck, it happens. Unless like extra shit happens. Right? Yeah, if, you know, if shit kicks off extra, people are disrespectful. There's like personal stuff taken, whatever. There's obviously variables that could escalate shit. But in general, if it's just a scrap on the streets over a bank truck, we're not pressed about it.
All right. Yeah. I appreciate it, boys. Thank you guys for this, man.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Batman, thank you again for sending this out, brother.
I appreciate your time.
Anytime.
We'll get we'll get Bones to link up with you, Tony. He can drop your stuff.
Yeah, here. For the you know,
hell yeah.
appreciate it. You could use it. It's probably the last day to use it. It's probably today. So, here.
What, parachute?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, yeah.
You sure it's gonna support my weight? Is it cool?
Like, should be all right. Should be good. Batman, I only had 2. I'm sorry, brother.
It's all good.
Hey, listen, I can hold you if you want.
If you want.
Hold on to my back or something.
Hold him.
Do you think you can hold me?
I could probably get.
Yeah, try it. Hold somebody while you take a parachute. See what happens.
You know, I.
But don't blame me if he dies.
It's a golf club, all right. Okay,
Shit.
guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, like
Appreciate
I said,
it.
I'll have Saab, you know, call you guys up and shit. So.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
Everyone, brother.
That went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean.
They seem more chill than I remember the Manor being, honestly.
Yeah, no, they're a lot more chill.
Yeah, they seem way more chill.
I mean, it's truly like. I feel like the more connections you have in the city, like me and Batman are close, right? So like, I don't know.
No, you pulled it off, Tony. This is
all.
all you. This is Don Tony right here pulling it off, okay? The connections are more important than bullets. You know, anybody can grab a gun and shoot somebody in the city. But can you actually get the gang leaders to sit down and talk and have a conversation with you? That's more powerful.
Right.
So what you did there is great. So thank you for that.
No problem, brother. I'll leave you to it with like all that shit.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll have him call me, drop it off, whatever. It's like I said, I don't care. It's more about like you just, you know, just standing up for who we are, you know. I'm not gonna just let people push us around. That's all it was all about, you know. I'm not gonna bend over to nobody and bend the knee.
Of course, bro. That's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, shit happens.